Hello from a very autumnal Portugal. And with the changing weather, Jane's suffering a bit with her voice this week, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me. Not quite the same fluid tones, but I'll do my best. We've got a very busy week around the outdoor kitchen, so you'll see me playing with wood, trying to get it to fit, doing a bit more digging with some mechanical assistance, and calling in some friends to help us lay the floor before it's back up a ladder and doing some work on the trees. The work on the outdoor kitchen is a combination of floor and roof, and for the roof, naturally, that means timbers, and buying them as we do, that means I've got to cut them up to get them to the right shape, the right size, ready for use. A little bit far out, let's just go a fraction of a mil closer. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'll do.
Phil's got one of his new toys out here. Do you want to show it to us, Phil? See, that's a bit of a mean thing.
Good.
Could also double up if anybody's got problems with the wisdom teeth, do you reckon? This is to make the hole that the concrete's going to go in, which will then be the base for the posts for the kitchen roof. Already spent quite a bit of time over the last couple of days clearing and digging out the space under the floor here to try and get it down to a suitable level. I think we're nearly there. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. It's been a lot of digging. Show us your big new toy here.
Whew. So now I reckon with that grabber outer, we can put it in the gloves.
There's a big hole down there now.
You're tiring already. Well, they are, I mean, they're being dry timber. They are quite light compared to what you get, the green timber you get in some of the other yards. The amount of water in the green timber is so heavy. Yeah. There you go. Great job.
We've got some friends visiting from England this week. So what do? We put them to work. They were allowed to sit down over lunch, but now they've got to get on with stuff. So we're treating the pillars, posts, whatever you want to call them here, with the insect protection so that they don't get chomped by the woodworm. So Leslie's doing a great job. You've done some already.
Well, I've done 3 sides. We need to get the boys
Bit
to
of
roll it
catching up
over to
here.
do the
I'm
the
just
underside.
slacking. Yeah, the woodworm round here are vicious little sounds.
Are they?
They eat everything
You
inside.
don't want woodworm on these, do you?
No, so everything, absolutely everything, has to be treated.
Yeah.
So do the ends as well, the end grains particularly.
Yeah,
Just
I've done a bit of it. It seems to soak up quite quickly.
Yeah,
so
it does.
probably might
doesn't it?
need another coat on
Yeah,
there.
we'll do 2 coats anyway.
Yeah.
I think Phil was talking about painting the end bits with some kind of bitumen paint.
Yeah.
I've seen some other people use to protect it a bit more, I think.
Yeah, yeah. But it absorbs this really quick. Really,
The end,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
The rest of it just sort of sits on the surface.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think you're doing anything really.
So let's catch up on where we're up to on the floor and the post set up for the outdoor kitchen. Remember, we've had to replace the original awning, which blew down. It had done a long service and was really good, but it had decayed in the UV. And the last rains we had a couple of nights ago, it just sort of gave up the ghost. So put a tarpaulin up there. Very effective. Not as nice as the pale thing. It's darker inside here, so hence getting the roof up in the next few days will be a really nice thing to do. But coming down, I've Jane's dug out rather more specifically to go level on the floor underneath the kitchen worktop. So we've set one corner of the worktop as a datum. So this one is where that block. So that block is going to be the height of the gravel. So there's going to be a geotextile, weed barrier underneath, then some gravel on top to the height of that block. Then on that block and others matched around the corners, we're going to mount a deck frame and then a deck on top, so that once all of that's together, that worktop will be at 90 centimeters regulation height. Happy days, because that's going to make a big difference. As you can see, we're now working well above midriff height on the worktop, and the cooker, which is slightly higher on the top of that wall, had to put up a little shelf, sort of lump of wood on some piers to be able to get to cook at a decent height. Jane was doing a risotto, and she said it's difficult to cook a risotto when you're stirring at nose height, which I can well imagine to be the case. So for today, I've got to finish off the levelling, and I've made up some shuttering. So we have the post bases. They need to sit on a concrete pad inside the shuttering. Shuttering's been made up, just got to dig. I've dug down a hole and I've got to just dig out around the edge of it so that the shuttering can go in, and the top of the shuttering will be level with the top of the pads. And coming along further, you'll see on this one, that's now in the hole, roughly level. Just got to fine tune it. And I've hit rock at the bottom of that. It's not a particularly deep hole, but I've hit rock, so that's going to have to do for now. Concrete base inside of there will do us nicely, and then we'll step back, and we will within a day or two have a much better leveled floor to the kitchen, and then we'll have to start thinking about maybe next time doing the step up and repeating the process for the rest of this concrete. You can see the thickness of the concrete if I come down. So that is the thickness of the concrete as it was simply laid on the soil. So naturally, any erosion, any water course underneath, that just cracked, and as a result became unstable, and it was sloping down underneath. Really not good for what we wanted. But it's a step in the right direction, which is lovely. And so if I just back away, you'll see there's one. I haven't dug the hole out yet, but that's going to be the position of the anchor post in the back corner of this area. And then using the timbers, trying to run straight from there so I can come out to that post, and then I can run perpendicular to that to give me a position on that post, and the other post will be in the back corner there, and I've started to dig the hole out in that place there. So again, that gives us the four corners, which with a bit of luck and a fair wind will then give us the frame. We're still waiting on 2 of the base plates. They only had 2 in stock, and then delivered all the timbers with the 2 in stock. So we're still waiting for a call for when those come through. But there's always something you've got to wait for in Portugal. It's just a fact of life and the way it works over here. Yep, and last but not least, yep, that will do to there. So now that's got to come out. All right. I need another one like that to go on the other side of it, and then that's that corner done.
Toast with it?
Yes. I just put a few holes of this.
Yeah, just as usual.
I love it. You get this.
Couple of slices,
You
yeah.
get in this sort of size, don't you?
Yeah.
You get 4 slices. don't you?
Yeah, that's it. Next to nothing, don't you? Couple of slices of bread, yes?
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Oh, you can always pop in and get some.
Right, is that going to be... Poor Jeff here's got an even better job,
Sorry?
grovelling around on hands and knees, chipping away to try and make a hole to put the post in when it's been painted. But then, making sure you've got enough. Yeah, you've still got enough overlap here.
Yeah. Yo, good. Yeah.
Then we just need to get this one in straight, and then we're good.
All good there. So then this one needs to be set straight.
No, it's way off.
Way off. Sorry, not good enough. There we go. At least if I get it's turned back that way.
That's a bit too far away from you, Phil. It's not doesn't line up with the other two. You need to come about another 6 inches forwards. There.
Down at this end. We're pretty much there. Pretty good.
And front to back. Just push the one through. Yeah, that's the point. Just get on the side of it. Yeah, you're on.
Okay.
Yep. That's good.
To the back, I think.
And here's Jeff coming in with yet another full barrow of gravel. He's definitely going to have earned his beer tonight. Oops, I haven't put the ramp in place for you. Phil will be buried under 6 inches of gravel pretty soon.
I think that's about as good as we're going to get.
Brilliant.
Otherwise you might have lost him.
You hear about burying people in the foundations for luck, don't you? So is that all the gravel? Yeah, or is that all the gravel gone, or is it?
No,
There's still loads?
yeah.
Oh my word. Oh, poor Jeff, you're doing a sterling job there.
We're not going to use all the gravel.
No. Oh, good. Oh, it's looking brilliant. And the last barrow.
We'll cover up the...
No, we're all right. Push that out.
One place, so we did stop on a big curve, but it was sort of like running, wasn't it? But it was obviously a little.
And with the groundworks done, Jeff and Leslie were brilliant. So grateful for their help.
Coming down.
The concrete pads will take a few days to cure properly, so until then it's back to the wood and getting the rest of the framing ready to build on top. we go. Thank you. Sorry? They will at some stage, yeah. Lots of heavy lifting going on this week, but clearly we're not the only ones at it. You may remember from some of our earliest tree cutting adventures, these two trees, the olive on the right and the plum tree on the left, were overgrown and intertwined and made a right mess of a knot. So the olive's been beautifully trimmed back. The plum tree has come back a long way, but still has one or two problem areas, mainly this low branch, which is a bit dangerous, and if you look carefully, there is a crack already appearing in there. So to stop this falling on anybody's head, it's going to have to come down. So I'll get the ladder out. I've got the chainsaw lubed up and sharpened up, and I'll do it in pieces, but we'll get at least the furthest bit of this one down.
Didn't take much, did it?
There we go.
And then the last one over there.
Yeah.
This one here. If you can, so if you can cut it just
Oh,
this
okay.
side. Yeah, so we'll keep 1, 2, 3 because that's going horizontal, which is what you want.
Okay.
Do the big trunk, but not the one that's going to land.
There we go.
Yeah, brilliant. Now we can untuck him again. So we'll go
He is
horizontal.
untucked.
Huh?
He is untucked now.
Yeah, okay, fine, that's good.
And after a rather warm hour with the chainsaw up a step ladder, this is what we've got. Very much cut down from where he was, but the two trees are now having a chance of being, you know, independently growing nicely alongside each other. And when I think back a few months and how all I could see above my head there was just a mass of interwoven branches. So rather pleased with that. That battery DeWalt chainsaw is a superb piece of kit. For anything up to that sort of size, first class.